Enough with embrace debate. Pointless yelling at each other on ESPN and Fox, yet very little actual content. It's time for a change. A voice from the fan, for the fan. The most compelling topics in sports, all covered here. This is Corbet's Corner.
Okay, live reaction. It's NFL Wildcard, Super Wildcard, right? We had a game on fucking Nickelodeon. Couple of winners here in the AFC North, one loser. I'm the loser as well. I'm a Falcons fan. I'm always a loser. But just wanted to get immediate reaction. The Browns go up 28-0. Made it a little interesting towards the end. Big Ben, the big story there. 4 interceptions towards the end. Brian Fisher, our resident Cleveland ties guy, right? He's got ties to Cleveland. Brian, expectations going in, and then how sweet is the taste of victory there?
Yeah, I say, like, coming into the week, like, obviously we played them the week prior. Going into it, they're resting Hayward, they're resting Big Ben, all their top guys. I think the Steelers, they thought they had a foot ahead of us. And moving in towards this playoff run, they're coming in here thinking it's sweet. And guess what? Browns came out, they hit them right off the bat. I think the Browns – I think they surprised themselves. It was a tough scenario, and really because you see the offensive line, you don't have multiple coaches on the staff. You're out Bitonio. You lose Jack Conklin in the first half, and you're like, okay, well, the Browns, their run game, that's their staple, right? You got to get the run to the play action. And they come out there, they're throwing a makeshift offensive line, put it together. In the first half, you see Chubb getting some good runs, Kareem Hunt with 2 touchdowns right off the bat as well. Yeah. They got Baker involved, and I think they're going to be a threat moving forward, even in Kansas City. Denzel Ward is obviously their best cornerback. Didn't have him tonight as well. And I think if that secondary can step up in Kansas City, they stand a shot.
That first snap for Big Ben reminded me a lot of that Super Bowl where it went over Peyton Manning's head, and that just set the tone for the game.
Right.
So it got interesting towards the end, but once it was 28-0, Twitter was a blast. It was crazy. So you mentioned before we get to Sanjeev, SJR, Ravens fan here, so who enjoyed a victory as well. So a couple of victories here in the AFC North and a couple of dog victories. So you said you're confident against the Chiefs. How, why? They're coming off a bye as well. Like, again, you shock some people here against the Steelers, but this is Mahomes. Come on.
Well, one of the reasons is your Dirty Birds, those Falcons. They were playing. I mean, they've been banged up all year. What'd they have to play for? Not much. And they came into Kansas City and they gave them a run for their money, right? And that's a banged up secondary. Like, a lot of notable players are out. You have a similar Browns team with the secondary that's been struggling all year. And in put Mahomes in awkward scenarios, I think there might have been either 1 or 2 interceptions that were dropped by the Falcons in that game. And really the Chiefs were pushed against the Chiefs, literally their back was against the wall most of that game. And the Falcons really were able to control that. So one thing, if we can get Jack Conklin back, Joel Bitonio as well, and we can really get that run game moving on them, control the clock. You heard him mention in this game, I think in the second quarter, he said, run the ball, control the clock. That's in the second quarter, right? It's 28-0.
Yeah.
If they can jump out against the Chiefs or even stay neck and neck and get that run game going, a little play action with Baker, that's dangerous.
Feeling good. A big win over the Steelers. Also feeling good. This was the early game. Didn't feel good so early, right, SJ? It was 10-0. Lamar Jackson, who is notoriously 0-2 in playoff starts, he throws a pick, but then he comes back with his legs. The incredible 42-yard touchdown run or something where he hit like 21 miles per hour. How exciting is this team to watch? You have faith in Lamar. Down 10-0, you were saying we're good. And then how far can this team go? How about this going against the Bills?
I mean, I think we can go all the way. I mean, that's, of course, I have a little bias, but man, I was nervous in the beginning. It felt a lot like last year in the playoffs against the Titans all over again. And Lamar was 0-6, trailing by 10 before this game. before this game. So, I mean, this is the first time he's done it, but he's matured a lot. I mean, I've watched his journey. You know, he even said it himself, you know, try not to do too much, try not to do too much. And I don't even think he was trying to do too much on that pass to Boykin. I just think he underthrew it. He was open. He just underthrew it. He even, did you see the post-game interview? He was like, oh man, I made a dumbass mistake. And they had to he knows. And he was pissed off and he scrambled for that 48-yard scamper. And after that, I mean, he felt like the best running back. You know, Derrick Henry, 40 yards.
I was going to say, how proud were you of the defense, basically?
Man, yeah, the defense, I did not think they'd show up like that.
That's a 2,000-yard rusher you stuffed.
Yeah, and like 136 yards from Lamar. He looked like the best running back and the best quarterback on the field. Tannehill, he missed A.J. Brown on one of the last plays, that Marcus Peters pick, and you're just like, what the heck? But Calais Campbell, Derek Wolfe, Marcus Peters, all these free agents stepped up. Man, even Earl Thomas's replacement, Deshaun Elliott, that 1 3rd and 2, he stuffed Jonnu Smith. I mean, he put a hit on him. It's like, we don't.
No. Smith didn't do anything, yeah.
Earl Thomas got sent to the shadow realm last year. I'm glad that we got Deshaun Elliott, man. Like, our defense looks good, and that's why I think we've been running for the last 6 weeks, like maybe like 1,500 yards. Man, we're just running over everybody. Yeah, okay. So the first quarter, I think the plan for both teams were stop Lamar and stop Derrick Henry. And they did stop Lamar in the first quarter for sure. They definitely did. But we got Greg Roman up in the booth, and he saw that they're just trying to contain Lamar. There was one drive where Patrick Ricard, our fullback, had 3 receptions.
Yeah, I've
never seen that the whole season. And you're just like, that's the thing. Greg Roman, Giro, I'll call him Giro, you know, Giro. He sees that shit, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna make this easy. We're just gonna spread the ball. Hollywood Brown, 100 yards. He didn't do that much, but that's the thing. Man, there's so many. If you try to put too much on Lamar, he's just gonna spread the ball to everyone else. And that's what he did, and we just ran with it at the end.
Right. He got the monkey off his back. He got the playoff win, and in good fashion, coming back from 10-0 down. Okay. Jesus Christ, the Bears. Matt, I mean, were you cursing at the TV? You knew this was happening. We're done. By the way, for the viewing audience, we've got a Wild Eddie Courts here, just live studio audience. He's muted mic. Otherwise, we get that candid, like Friends laughter or Seinfeld laughter. But the Bears... Yeah, the Bears look terrible. They get a Jimmy Graham highlight touchdown with 0 seconds left, but you guys can't even cover because you don't get to kick an extra point or go for anything with time expired. I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah, thoughts?
It was, I knew they were going to lose, so this was frankly long-term a better outcome than if they had lost by a field goal, lost by a touchdown. It wasn't as embarrassing as you can get. Fire everyone, blow it all the fuck up, Pace, get out, Nagy, go, Trubisky, go.
No.
That was tough to watch. I almost turned the game off and turned on to Sanjeev's Twitch stream. I mean, it was just unbearable. It always is.
I mean, at halftime, that was a snoozer.
Seriously, blow it up. Everyone is tradable, whoever you can get. Seriously, Khalil Mack, anybody. Eddie Jackson, Kyle Fuller, nobody played up to their, like, literally Allen Robinson played up to the money he's making. David Montgomery is good and played well. Komet shows signs. That's it. Like, it stops pretty much there. Roquan Smith had an all-pro year. He was hurt today, but no, get everyone out. There's nothing going on here. Nothing will be good for a while either. It's going to be a few years.
Yeah, early exit. That's tough. I will say about the AFC North too. It looks like you guys are kind of watching the downfall of the Steelers, right? You guys are trajectories going one way, the other way for Pittsburgh. Okay, let's get to playoff predictions here. Matt, we'll start with you. For me, I'm kind of sticking with Chiefs Packers. I will say the Rams beating the Seahawks surprised me. Wilson looked really bad. I know the Rams defense is really good, but geez, he looked completely like not elite whatsoever. He couldn't find anybody there. So I'm sticking with Chiefs Packers. I believe they're in the Super Bowl matchup. Matt, what are you saying?
I mean, I remember you saying this earlier. You thought the Bucs would be a tough, scary matchup for Green Bay.
Oh, yeah. So they got lucked out.
I disagree. I don't think they want anything to do with the Rams. You saw what they just did to
Yeah.
Seattle and Russell Wilson. You don't want Aaron Donald.
Off a bye, that I think is going to be
Right.
the
I
key.
mean, yeah, but that just means Jared Goff gets a little bit healthier, who played
True.
better than we thought he would. Cam Akers, they're running the ball. McVay, I take my chances with him. I think the Packers do win. I'm just saying, I don't think
I
the
saw that
Packers
line at 7. That's going to be
Yeah.
interesting to see.
I don't think Aaron Rodgers is too happy about Aaron Donald coming in town, so I think they're gonna have
Yeah.
to work it out for him. Bills Ravens, yeah, that should have. See, Sanji, did they played earlier this year? Did they not or no?
Nah, they only played last
No?
season.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably gonna be the most excited game I am for sure. That's Saturday
Yeah,
night.
that'll be a good
A
one.
lot of fun. They were drafted same draft class. No,
Yes.
Allen?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
a little bit
I
of
think it
a
was
battle there along.
Darnold, Rosen,
Okay,
Allen.
so yeah, you got that storyline right there. That'll be fun. I lean Bills come out of that one, but I mean, that game's probably a 2 or 3 point, maybe honestly a straight up pick 'em. Very evenly matched teams. Chiefs Browns, I do think Chiefs roll, but I have said before the Browns do play that style that Kevin Stefanski, ball control. They can ground and pound. They can control it. You get a couple turnovers here, and next thing you know, you're up 21-0. They do play a style. They could trip up Kansas City. I don't think it's going to happen. I have a feeling this Saints Bucks game is just going to be ugly. 2 old quarterbacks.
Who knows?
Who are,
Third time this season.
Apparently, I guess I must have missed this, but the whole time there during the Bears game, it like Breeze is done after this year. Any game's going to be his last. He's not coming back.
Really?
I guess he said it, I guess, or all but said it, because that's just, they kept fucking saying it during the Bears game. So, I think Bucks beat them there, but I don't know. Saints I don't know. I'm not gonna say the Saints defense looked good today. They played the fucking Bears. So
I don't know how to evaluate that game.
They had a bye week themselves. So, yeah, we'll see. I'd lean Bucks, but it'll be good. I still think it's the big dogs though, Chiefs and Packers.
Right. I think the bye is going to help. So how far can the Browns make it, Brian? And then realistically, who do you lean this year?
I think next week's going to be close. I think the Chiefs are probably going to pull away late third quarter, early fourth. Yeah, I think it's going to be close in the second half. I'll take actually the Bills coming out of the AFC, and I think the Packers they're gonna have a really tough matchup on their hands on Saturday. Aaron Donald, Fox off the corner as well. He's a D end, I think, for them. He had a really good game. Johnson as well in their secondary. He was playing out of his mind with Jalen Ramsey matched up against Devontae Adams. He's going to have his hands tied. If Rodgers is under pressure all game long, that's going to be a scary matchup. I would take the Packers in that, and I think they're going to advance. In terms of the other matchup in the NFC, I'm going to take the Bucks. I think it's really hard to beat a team 3 times in one season. And I think the Bucks, Tom Brady is great at this. He's taken notes all season. He got his ass kicked 2 games in a row by the Saints both times. And he's taken notes. And I think the Bucks, Bruce Arians, they're going to adjust. Their game plan is going to change. And I think they're going to take over the Saints on that one. But in the AFC, I'm going to take the Bills, and I'm going to take the NFC is going to be the Packers.
Yeah, I'm liking the Packers as well. As far as the Bills-Ravens game, I was interested to see that both Tennessee and Buffalo had fans. So I was even more impressed with Lamar coming back from down 10-0 early, overcoming adversity, the interception. I haven't seen this line. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's another road game, obviously, for Lamar Jackson at Buffalo, one of the more loyal. I don't know if they have tables, available, but Bills Mafia. How confident are you, SJ, going in? I think Lamar Jackson, this was a spot he was in last year as getting the bye. Now that's been taken away with just the top seed getting it. But I think he's got something to prove this year, and he looked pretty damn good against a pretty solid Titans team.
I mean, that Bills offense is just – like, who can stop them? They're just on fire. And the Peters and Jimmy Smith, and they look good, but I don't think we've covered anybody like that pass attack. That just it's going to be, I feel like it's going to be a high scoring game. And the only way we're going to win that is it's got to run the ball down their throats. I mean, Ravens football.
Stick to the game plan.
And time possession, just control the clock. I'm surprised. Like Josh Allen's actually taking care of the ball. Like last season, that's what his problem was. He couldn't take care of the ball, but he's doing it this season. I'm just like, what? That's all he needed to. I mean, and he's way more accurate. And Stephon Diggs. It's just it's a lot of things.
That'll help.
Yes, but like Brian Fish was saying, like I think whoever wins that game, Ravens Bills, is going to come out, and win the AFC.
You guys don't like the Chiefs this year. I mean,
he's just that bye, and they were shaky near the end of the season, and they don't like the Chiefs. But I like the Packers. I definitely like the Packers. So I'm thinking it's either Ravens, Bill. I can't not pick the Ravens. I mean,
true. I mean, yeah, that's
it's a close game, so
you're enjoying it. You got to love the fandom right now. I would love to see a Mahomes-Rodgers kind of MVP battle at the Super Bowl and kind of an old school Chiefs-Packers narrative there. The Wild Eddie Courts, do you have a Super Bowl favorite here?
You know what? I think the Bucks are just going to pull it out. I think Tom's got that
Public
experience.
Joe.
I think they're just going to shove it down the Saints' throat on Sunday. So, and then just a nice little matchup with the Pack, a battle of some great quarterbacks. I think it's going to be a great duel. But I think the experience for Tom and I don't know. He's been in so many damn Super Bowls, dude. What's another one?
What's another one?
No kidding.
Question for the panel. We got 8 teams left. How many quarterbacks are going to the Hall of Fame? Rodgers, Breeze, and fucking Brady. So then you got Mahomes, Allen, Lamar Jackson. I don't think Baker or Goff are on their way, but what about Lamar and Josh Allen? On the path?
Those are good. Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I would say Goff is not. That would be my only. But who knows? He's already been in the Super Bowl, right?
And think about it. So you do have those like 3 surefire Hall of Famers plus Mahomes. The other, they're all number 1 picks. You got Goff, and I mean that's quite. So you you talked about quarterback busts a lot, or on that pod, and there's a ton of them. But at the same time, you have, aside from the older guys who weren't the top 5 picks, the other guys are all top 5.
That's 10. The one class that was money. What's happening with Wentz? Oh my God, the Eagles. That's going to be an offseason story. Okay, speaking of round table, let's just wrap up going rapid fire with who you guys got in the college football title game coming up here on Monday. Bama, Ohio State. If everyone's going Bama, maybe make it a little bit more interesting. I believe that line's at 8.5. So let's go officially on the number. If you've got Alabama or Ohio State, yeah, I've got Bama to win. I don't know. I didn't mean to make it complicated on you guys. I got Bama to win. I got Ohio State to cover, maybe.
I really think Ohio State could pull it off. I thought it was Clemson and Alabama were in the tier of their own. And I thought Clemson was right there with Alabama in that same tiers. Ohio State proving they belong themselves. I think they can win. Not only cover, I think they can win. I really do.
Sarkisian going to Texas, I think, might play a factor as well. Brian, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going to take Bama. I don't know, maybe like a backdoor cover for Ohio State.
Tough
I think it's going to be tough. Those Najee Harris, Mac Jones, Devontae Smith, it's too much to handle.
Sanjeev.
Yeah, I'm going Bama. I mean, the Dogs have lost to Saban so many times. I cannot pick them.
Eddie, did you like Harris English cash today, PGA Tour?
Oh, he beat my favorite guy, Joaquin Neiman, the Chilean.
I hedged the fuck out of that with Harris English.
He shot 9 under today. God, he played well.
Oh my God, we got to fucking golf in Hawaii sometime. That was beautiful. Who do you like in the title game?
I'm taking the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Oh my God, money line, book it. All right, appreciate these guys' times here as we got the fans' perspective here on a wild card weekend, right? How about that? This will be posted on Monday. Appreciate it. Matt Cruz and Brian Fisher, Sanjeev, Eddie. I'm Dylan Corbett. Take care, folks.